And the year 2021-22 was a mixed bag for Indian auto industry. We're talking about the financial year. Now, though they were on the path to recovery, they had to face challenges like chip shortage and new wave of COVID-19 as well. How was the year 2021 for the auto industry and how is the year ahead? To talk all that and much more, today we're joined by Shashank Srivastava. He is Senior Executive Director for Marketing and Sales at Maruti Suzuki India. Good morning to you, sir. First of all, throw some light on the performance in the last financial year for the company.
Yeah, so last financial year, Maruti Suzuki in passenger vehicles did 13.31 lakh against 12.93 lakh that we did last year. So there's a growth of about 3.5%. March, of course, our numbers were 133,000 in the passenger vehicle industry, 134,000 almost in the passenger vehicle for Maruti Suzuki. And export did extremely well. So monthly export were about 26,500 in March, and the highest ever exports of 238,000 plus for the fiscal year. So that was, of course, very positive. If you talk of the industry, Sumi, then industry in domestic market did about 30.7 lakh vehicles against 27.11 lakh last year, which is a growth of about 13.2%. But of course, if you have to look at it in a longer perspective, that we reached the figure which we achieved in 2016 and 17. So it's like a five-year-old number being achieved this year. So that is the cause of concern which for the industry, which we have to be mindful of.
And we heard that the export performance was very good as well. New markets have been developed and found. What are the other markets that you're looking at now?
Yeah, so we have, of course, one is expanding our portfolio. Second is we have been doing well in Africa, which a market which we have been developing for the last few years. Latin America did very well. Southeast Asia is the other market. Middle East is also something that we are focusing on. So it's a focus on markets and also expansion of portfolio, which has helped us achieve these figures for exports.
And tell us something about the plans for the year ahead. What is the outlook and what are the overall plans as far as the year is concerned?
Yeah, so when you talk of the chip shortage, of course, it got better in the last 6 months. September, as I mentioned earlier, we are at 40% of our production plan. In October, it was 60%. November was about 85. December was 90. January was 92%. February, March, both 95%. But it's still not 100%. And going forward for this quarter also, it appears that it will not be 100%. And beyond that, the visibility is not there. And that is the reason why the outlook for the whole year is difficult to pinpoint at this time. But things have gone better in the last 6 months. And let's hope that they continue to improve going forward. But when it will become 100% is very difficult to tell because of the complex situation of the global supply chain. It's not just Maruti Suzuki, but all OEMs, not only in India, but across the globe, which have been affected by the semiconductor. If you see the overall picture going forward, and that was the second part of your question, then the industry is predicted to be somewhere between 33.5 or 33.6 lakh to about 35.2 lakh, which is roughly a growth of 13 to 15% over this year. However, there are 6 points which have been flagged as concern areas or challenges. And one of them, of course, is the supply of because of the semiconductor related thing. Second is high fuel prices. Third is the cost of acquisition going up because of commodity prices going up or some new regulatory requirements that could have a negative impact. Fourthly, of course, we are generally on economic level, on a macroeconomic level, inflation and therefore the increased expected interest rates and the effect on liquidity. Those are the other concern areas which have been pointed out. So there is optimism, but there is also caution on the other side.
Well, thanks, Mr. Srivastava, for sharing your views with us this morning. Thank you very much. WION now available in your country. Download the app and get all the news on the move.